everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are finally going to be reviewing the new Bobbi Brown Instant Full Cover Concealer. Now this concealer retails for $30 US. It can be found in 15 different shades. I grabbed the shade Warm Natural to try out today, and you get 0.2 fluid ounces of product. Now what this concealer does, it's straight from the website. It states that it is meant to cover dark circles in one step. It is a concentrated, highly pigmented concealer that visibly brightens stubborn under eye darkness and softens hollows, which I have both of, and tired lines in an instant. So I have lines, I have hollows, and I have dark circles. This is supposed to be my best friend. And it also claims to wear for up to 12 hours. This is meant for anyone who wants a full coverage under eye concealer with a weightless feel and natural skin finish. All right, so let's open this up. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a doe foot applicator, and I'll show you all a close-up here. As you can see, this isn't your average doe foot applicator because it is straight all around, and it just has the rounded tip at the top. Now another thing to mention, from the website, it does state that it is different because in one swipe, this highly pigmented concealer covers dark circles completely, yet is so lightweight that it feels like nothing on your skin. It creates a smooth, creaseless look that doesn't require setting powder. So we'll see how it performs. I'll see how it applies and whether or not I feel like I need to set it once I apply it. So we'll see how it applies. As far as how to use this concealer, it does state that you should use their hydrating eye cream in order to refresh the skin and create a smooth canvas for the concealer. I've already gone ahead and I've moisturized with my eye cream underneath the eye area, and that's all that I've done at this point. And then it states that you can use it two different ways. You can either use the tip of the doe foot applicator, dot instant full cover concealer along the under eye area, and blend it out. And it does state that a little does go a long way. Now it also has another option. For the fullest and most opaque coverage, you can use the side of the doe foot applicator in order to swipe a generous amount under the eye, forming an upside down triangle, and then you can blend with the applicator or your finger. Not really sure how I feel about blending with the applicator itself, so I think I might just blend it out using my finger. Per usual, I'm going to be color correcting my right under eye area using my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, but I'm not going to be color correcting my left under eye area just to see exactly how the concealer wears with and without. So I'm simply going to jump off camera, color correct the right under eye area, apply some foundation onto the entire face before coming back and concealing. Okay, so now I'm back with color corrector on and foundation on the entire face. Now it's time to conceal. Now I am going to be going for full coverage since that's typically what I like to wear. Sometimes I'll just apply a little bit of concealer and call it a day, but for the most part, if I'm going to be getting ready or if I'm going to be putting on my makeup for the entire day, then I like full coverage. So that's why we're doing full coverage today. So if you remember, it's stated to use the side of the doe foot applicator, not the tip, but the side, which if you remember from the close-up, most of the product is held along the tip. So I don't know, I'm curious to see exactly how this is going to apply, but it states to apply it with the side of the doe foot applicator and a triangle shape here. So that is what I'm going to do. Oh, okay. So I think you get like, thing that I'm running into is that I don't feel like the doe foot applicator really grabs much product. I feel like I'm just tugging at my skin and kind of just applying a light layer, like a really light layer. I don't know how I feel about this concealer. It has like a tacky consistency. A little bit. It's pretty thick. It's pretty thick. Okay, so now I'm just going to blend with my finger. Or maybe, I think I maybe would have blended with my beauty blender. Let's see. Definitely brightens. I have like a really bright triangle under my eye right now. Okay, so looks pretty good. It blended out quite well. And yeah, it did a really good job at concealing my dark circles. Okay, so now it's time to conceal the non-color corrected side. Okay, so there's the triangle. Now I'm going to blend it out. Okay, so there's the under eye area. It's quite shiny right now, which I don't like at all. Yeah, I don't like it when my under eye looks really shiny. The product, I felt it on the back of my hand, and it is quite creamy and thick. Yeah, I guess that's the only way I can really describe it, is creamy and thick. So I am quite certain that it's going to crease on me because I can already see it kind of creasing on me since I did use quite a bit of product. I wasn't, really light-handed because I wanted full coverage. And if I wanted full coverage, then I had to go heavy-handed, or at least that's what the website stated. So now I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after initially applying it. Okay, so here's the under eye area, and if you can see, both sides are already creasing on me. So I think that I am going to set this concealer with just a little bit of my RCMA No Color Powder. Aside from that, it's concealing pretty well, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day. Okay, so as you all saw, it's already creasing on me. I know that if I leave it, it's just going to get worse. So I am going to actually set it with just a little bit of my RCMA No Color Powder. Okay, so that's better, but we'll see. Now I'm going to jump off camera, finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I am back with a full face of makeup, and yeah, it's not doing anything else. I think it did stop creasing a little bit because I did set it, but we shall see how it wears throughout the remainder of the day. It is currently 11:56 in the morning, so noon time. I do plan on coming back in around 4 hours or so in order to do a midday check-in, so I will see you all back here really soon. Okay, so now I am back for a midday check-in. It is currently 4:36. So I've had this concealer on for 4.5 hours now. Before I go into my midday thoughts, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look underneath the eye area after 4 hours of wear. Okay, so here is what it looks like midday, and I am personally a bit let down. It's not looking very good, in my opinion. It's creasing quite a bit on both sides, and it's just overall looking pretty ashy. Even though I grabbed a shade that I thought would suit my skin complexion quite well, it's still, I think the brightening effect of it is just making it look ashy at this point because it is really brightening the under eye area, and the product just seems to be breaking up at this point. It's just not really holding together quite well at all, so kind of a letdown midway mark. So that is pretty much all that I have for my midday check-in. One other thing to throw in there is whether or not it feels heavy underneath the eyes, because I know that it did state that it's supposed to be lightweight and feel lightweight just like normal skin. And I can say that it doesn't feel heavy at all underneath the eye, even though it does look heavy and it also is creasing in between my lines. It doesn't feel heavy necessarily under the eye area. So there is that. I'm going to give this concealer about another 3 hours worth of wear time to try to make it a full 8 hours before I call it a day. So I will see you all back here at the end of the night. Okay, so now I am back for my final check-in. It is currently 7:39, so I'm a little short, per usual, of a full 8 hours, but I have to cut this short today. Everyone in the house is exhausted, and so that is why I am cutting it short by just a little bit. So yes. Now before I get into my overall thoughts on this concealer, I am going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye situation right now. Okay, so as you can see, not pretty, not a pretty sight underneath the eye area. This concealer has given me quite a bit of creasing on both sides. I did set it with a powder, however, that didn't really seem to help whatsoever. It has separated quite a bit here along the inner corners of my eyes. It's not doing a whole lot as far as concealing, and if anything, I feel like it's making my lines look worse, especially on this side. Not so much on this side, I mean a little bit here on the outer part, but here on the side that I did not color correct, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So yeah, there you have it. So as you can see, this concealer is just a no-go for me. I personally had really high expectations, especially because of all of the information that Bobbi Brown Cosmetics provides online. It just makes you go into it with such high hopes, you know, like it's not going to crease, it's not going to accentuate any lines, it's going to help the hollows of your under eye area, and not only that, but it's really, really going to cover up your dark circles. Like, it's so pigmented that it's going to cover it up. So I don't believe that I did anything wrong or that I did anything that would have provoked the concealer to act like this, like the formula, because I did follow the how-to directly from the website. It did state that for full coverage or for more opaque coverage, you do this, this, and this. And that's exactly what I did, with the exception of adding powder underneath the eye. I followed everything the way that I was supposed to, so I don't feel like me doing something differently would have changed the outcome. Like, I just don't feel like this formula is for my particular under eye area. So yeah, this is definitely not a concealer that I will be reaching for ever again, unfortunately, because like I said, I really had high expectations. I had high hopes for it. Perhaps if you're someone who doesn't really need a whole lot of concealing underneath the eye and you can get away with like just the dot, dot, dot and then blending it out with your finger, like if you're someone who just really wants some nice light coverage, then perhaps this will work for you. Also, if you don't have any lines for the concealer to settle in, that might also help. So if you have like a smooth under eye area and you don't need a lot of concealing as far as covering up dark circles, then I think this product would definitely work for you. But if you have any of the under eye area issues that I do, which is, you know, severe dark circles, lines, hollows, anything like that, it's probably best to steer clear from this specific concealer. That's just my opinion on it. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video review and that you found it helpful. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.